Hello guys, welcome to the Comedy and Custody podcast. I'm Sasha Frank.
And I'm Nebulous Niang.
And that is comedy because we are both stand-up comedians.
And custody because we are also both single moms.
We are both single moms.
I almost forgot that.
You forgot. You're like, wait, why do we have we been arrested? We are both single moms. It's there is no evidence of our children here on the sofa today, but they do exist.
They do, right?
I do. I've seen mine today, maybe yesterday.
I think I saw yours recently.
Yeah, she's definitely there.
Okay,
yeah,
that was the one, right?
Yeah, the little one. Yeah, it's yes. So we are very recently back from the Melbourne Comedy Festival, so we were going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to start with the story, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
So we talked on a previous episode that the Melbourne Comedy Festival is very, very special to me. And one place in particular that's very special to me is Max Watts, which is the artist bar, which is very special because the first year I went to the Melbourne Comedy Festival, the wonderful Sam C took me in there and introduced me to people and changed the trajectory of my whole career. So I'm forever grateful. We love you, Sam. And we went there. So it was you and your partner. Both of us took our partners with us to Melbourne. And I'd been like apprehensive about this. My boyfriend decided to come with me like 8 hours before. So I realized very last minute that I wasn't going to have sufficient tech support that I would need for the show. And he used to be a cameraman. So literally the day before I left, he was like, "Oh, I wish I was coming to be your tech support." And then we just kind of looked at each other and we were like, But I was, and I can talk about this because I said it to him, I was apprehensive because comedy festivals are something that are so part of me and my whole thing and, what I do. And the thought of two things. First of all, I was like, what's it going to be like for me to have somebody there when I'm so used to, I run from show to show, then I go network with the artist, and usually during the day it's downtime or maybe I see a show. And I'm so, used to how I do that. And to bring an outsider, my outsider that I love, but still an outsider into that, how would that be? And then, so how would it be for me? But also, how's the experience going to be for him? It's not a normal situation in a relationship where you basically go away and the entire week revolves only around one of you.
Well, what about when people follow their partners on a business trip?
Well, yeah, I guess it was a bit like that, but I've never had that experience. So I guess it was like that. And you also, anyway, so I'm off on a tangent. You also brought your lovely partner with. And we spent lots of time together, all of us, which was like so special. But my favourite moment, we were in Max Watts. So just to have you as my closest friend, your partner who I adore, and mine, in like the four of us together. And I took a step back at one point and the three of you were like dancing, all your own version of dancing to the music. And I was really, I had a little cry, which is not like me because I have no emotions.
You taking that photo.
Yeah, and I have a photo of that moment. And I was just like, oh my God, I am the luckiest person in the whole world. And I've got such a cute story from that. I'm going to do like, oh my God, my boyfriend story from that. And if he hears this and didn't want me to tell it, I apologize. We've never really like partied together, he and I, because we have quite a low key life. And we were chatting, a bunch of us, and we were chatting to all the comedians, and he'd been so patient the whole week and so wonderful. And Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody came on. So the chatting area is upstairs and the dance floor is downstairs. And I joked because I was completely joking. I was like, anyone want to come and dance with me to this? And I was like being almost like self-deprecating. Like, obviously no one wants to come and dance like an idiot to this. Like, the grown-ups are talking, Sasha. And he was like, hell yeah, took me downstairs. Like the epitome of like dance like no one's watching. Dance like a crazy person to 3 songs. I've never seen him like that. I've never seen that side of him. I love him, but I've never seen that side of him. And then we carried on our night. And I was just like, I think I was just like more in love with him than I've ever been in that moment. It's so nice. But before that was my loveliest moment was the four of us together, just like at watching the three, because they get on so well. Your partner and mine get on so well.
He's like a cute little boy.
He is a cute little boy.
Like in the body of a very beautiful man.
Yes,
but
I love
it brings out the I felt like that night, or maybe in the course of the trip.
Yeah,
it we speak as a collective.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, this is you and your partner, this is you and all the lesbians, this is you and society. Who are we?
All
of them. Okay.
I said collective.
Okay. We, the royal we. Yes.
Yeah, we saw the little boy in him come out in a good way.
Yeah,
not the bad little boy, but
that's what I love about him. Is
like the innocence and the joy, and
yeah,
it's really refreshing.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's like. And and then we had lunch with me, you, and him.
We did.
We had this amazing lunch,
place.
and it was and the dumplings were amazing.
They were.
All the way to Australia to eat Asian food, but it was great. I went back there. He and I went back. It was called Lucky Dumpling for anyone going to Melbourne. It was surprisingly good.
You remember the name?
Yeah. And it's making me hungry now. And like that afternoon was so amazing. We just had these like amazing intellectual conversation, the three of us, and I was like,
spiritual.
Wow. We were talking about spirituality and people's vibes, and so it was. So ultimately, it was a really amazing experience for me. But how was your? Because we had very different festival experiences. Because I think we've touched on it a bit in the podcast already. You saw lots and lots of shows.
I did, yeah.
And I am absolutely useless, and because my show takes a little bit of coordinating.
I wouldn't say you were useless. You were running a show.
I was running a show, but the nature of it is because there's like a lot of people and a lot of coordination. I don't get to see a lot of other shows. Tell me about your shows and your experiences.
So yeah, I saw it as like kind of a study trip. Because I never been to such a big comedy festival before. Like I've been to the Perth Fringe, but that's like a fringe festival and it's smaller. So this was like the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. So I made it a point to be like, I want to jam pack my day with as many shows as I can.
Yeah.
Plus, because you were so kind as to like get me a pass.
Yes.
So I really got to watch all these shows for free.
Yes.
Not that I don't want to support artists.
Yes, and you were in my show. So when I gave you a pass, it was legitimate. I got you a pass.
Yeah.
Melbourne Comedy Festival. If you're watching this, because you were in my show. Just
I was
clarify.
in your show. Yes. So I feel like I watched at least 20 different shows in the course of like a week and a half. And it was just mind-blowing because it was a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
Seeing all of these international acts and also like the local Australian acts. And me coming as a Singaporean, where there's really, the scene here is not as big for sure. Because I went there and I made it a point to see shows by women.
Okay.
And also by queer women.
Yes.
Mostly, these two categories. And there was just so much selection. And also one thing I learned is I don't even need to Google like queer women comedy or women comedy because it's not even a necessary distinction.
Okay.
Right? It's like these are just comedians. So to find out that a comedian was queer, you kind of just have to choose based on the picture.
Yeah.
It's really like dating. Or you have to Google them a bit. Or just like the vibe of the show, like vaginas or something,
Okay.
So that was really mind-blowing for me. Because here in Singapore, I could easily say I'm like the funniest lesbian single mom comedian in Singapore because I am the only one.
Okay.
And I feel like it's also not a very known concept here. Like we do not have gay marriage and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if in Singapore I can sell myself that way, I can differentiate myself. But in Australia, it's not like that at all. Like there's no need to say you're gay. There's no need to say you're a woman.
Yes.
There's like,
especially Melbourne. Especially Melbourne.
Yeah, and that was very mind-blowing and eye-opening. So that was one. And also like the standard of the comedy. It was like there's just so many people pursuing this with all of their heart for like so many years and so creative. And I really felt that kind of like energy, and it was so energizing. And I just realized, whoa, I thought I was so proud of myself for just having like 1 hour special, which I still am. But now I'm like, there are so many other people who also have had that, and they have more than that. And they're like working hard, and we're all just kind of in the whole, I wouldn't call it a race, but it's just not a very common kind of experience.
Yes, absolutely. And then it's like then suddenly you're like with your people.
Yeah, you're with your people, your community, your tribe. Although it may not always feel like a tribe, but like it's just, whoa, we are so, it's just a bunch of like like-minded people. And I think I've just never really felt very much like a part of any community
Okay.
in life, like just in general.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so it's a very unique experience for me. And also
Okay.
seeing different people at different stages of their comedy career.
Yeah.
Because there are the people who are just starting out, there are the people who just like regularly book out, 400 seaters and everything in between, and people like this is their 6th or 7th or 8th round of specials, and it's just so cool.
I know, it's so amazing, and it makes you realize, like, I think things like that always humble me, because I'm so early in this journey. Like the further along I am in the journey, the more I realize how early in the journey I am. I think. It sounds so very intellectual, but it's more just like the more I'm exposed to it, the more I realize, like, oh, I have a long way to go. And I wrote an hour on the plane. Yes, I wrote.
This is new to me.
Yeah, I wrote my hour on the plane, so I've been doing a lot of new material from it. It will be an hour.
Oh,
it's a combination of some old stuff, but it talks about what's happening in my life now. So yeah, I came away completely inspired, because I didn't get I should have done a much better job. I tried to go and see this guy Ian Stone, and we'll tag him because he now follows me on Instagram.
Oh wow, yeah, so you're a hero.
He's like, so when I was a kid, I've been into stand-up comedy forever, and I don't remember what I saw of his, or I was probably not even old enough to watch it, but I've just got this memory from 1,000 years ago of seeing him on TV and being like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And then when we got the internet, his was the first name I Googled. I was like, what was that man's name? And like when we got the concept of Google, whatever it was at that point, Ask Jeeves or whatever,
oh my God,
Google looked him up to see, like, just really to see if my memory was correct and what he was up to then. I was probably 12 or maybe a bit older. Didn't think about it or him again until I saw his face on a poster at Melbourne. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's here. So I went down to the show on my last night, which I was so excited about. And I turned up and the lady on the door said, of course you can come in and see the show, but it starts tomorrow. And I'd got the day wrong. Oh. And I sent him a message and he replied and he added me on both Instagram and Facebook. And
Facebook.
Yeah, I think I added because once you have someone on Instagram, they come up on like people you know. And I can't believe it. I would love to go back and tell this 6-year-old, 8-year-old that was watching him on TV and was in awe, like, oh, one day you're going to know him and I'm going to London soon. And he was like, when you come to London, let's meet, let's have coffee.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
So it's so huge for me. So yeah, but I didn't get to watch, unfortunately. We watched George Zach.
Maybe you'll open for him one day.
That would be incredible.
Right?
Oh my God. Oh, I would love that. But yeah, we went to see George, didn't we? We went to see George Zach. I saw Nikki.
Oh yeah, we watched a show together.
We watched a show together. Every comedy festival I go to, if George, and I call him George Zach, which I think is how he's quite widely known. He does have a full Greek name. He's a Greek comedian. He lives in the UK. Look him up. He's, to me, one of the funniest humans on the planet. And a friend of mine, and I will always go and see
the Butterfly Effect.
Yes, I will always. Is that what it was called?
Yes.
This year's one? Yes, so I will always go and see his show every year, no matter how busy I am. Just saw Nikki's show, like the wonderful Nikki Justice. But then it
1.5 weddings and a funeral?
1.5 weddings and a funeral.
I watched
it was so good. She had. I don't want to give away any of her jokes, but there was just something in the
podcast.
We did have her on the podcast. I don't know if it will come out before or after this episode, but we did. She just had one particular joke in there. I mean, it was all brilliant, but one that was so good and just had me dying on the floor of laughter. But I love that. But I didn't get to see like some of the good stuff. But then when I was on the plane home to get myself ready, because I knew I wanted to write for hours and hours, I did about 5 hours of writing. I watched Hannah Gatsby, who I'd never seen before. Because I'm rubbish.
She's really good.
She's so good. I'm really rubbish. And then I watched, on a different plane, there's this British comedian called Jeff Innocent. And it's probably so far away maybe from what you would watch. He's like a very thuggish English, like Cockney, like, oh yeah, older man. Like, I don't know if he's like in his 60s or 70s, but like older. And he looks like he would, that's the kind of the whole joke. He looks like he would beat up old ladies, but he's actually a comedian. And it was, I will say, the best thing I've ever watched. So if you find, it's on YouTube, Jeff Innocent's Hour Special, and I don't even know what it's called again. I'm rubbish. the best comedy I've ever seen.
I want to do a shout out.
Go on, what's yours?
So I feel like one of the acts which I really want everybody to watch is Robin Reynolds.
Ah, I reached out to her after you told me this.
Yeah. Did you watch her show?
I didn't see it, and I've known Robin since the first year. I know Robin. I've known her since the first year in Melbourne, and I don't know why, but I don't even think I knew that she was doing a show or anything. I don't even know if I knew she was a comic, like, which I massively apologize for, because when I met her, I think I can't remember why I had this idea, and then everybody said it's the best show you'll ever see.
It really
and I
is.
haven't seen it, but I did drop her a line and say every person has told me your show is the best show you'll ever see. So I love that.
I feel like watching her show and just getting to talk to her even for a short while, I realized what it meant to like feel like you could say you met someone before they became famous. Because I really got that kind of feeling.
Really?
But I feel like it's not something she knows yet.
Yeah.
So I just, it was just amazing, because I feel like it's the kind of feeling you can get only at these kind of like festivals, you know?
And I was also talking to a comic who's here in a Singapore comic who was at Melbourne, and he said he saw so many shows that he stopped watching stand-up after a while and started to go and see like clowns and people that were doing things with, you know, visuals and stuff like that. And that really changed his perspective, because we think so much we do think outside the box, but stand-up is stand-up to some extent.
Yeah.
And he said it was a real eye-opener after his whole life of being so ingrained in stand-up to suddenly see comedy talent in a different way. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. And you know, same, like I watched these like improv shows, these one women cabaret shows, and like, whoa, these people are amazing.
Wow.
Like, how do you, I guess it's how some people, they're like, they don't understand how you can do an hour of stand-up.
Yeah.
And like, that's easy, like do this instead. And then they're like, but I could never do stand-up.
Well, it's like
when you talk to the improv people, they're like, I would not. One of the persons I spoke to, she did a 1 hour improv show.
Wow.
Just playing like 10 different characters and doing a whole play improvised, but
oh my gosh.
funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, you are so amazing.
That's
and she
incredible.
was like, but you know, stand up is what amazes her. And it's just all this mutual admiration.
I love that.
It's just, I love it. And like, just being around like these people who are just so into what they're doing. And it doesn't even matter if it's only 2 people or 3 people in the audience.
Yeah.
You're still doing what you love.
You're doing what you love on the stage.
Which, please remind me of this when I go to Edinburgh and I'm cold and like only one person turns up.
It's going to be amazing. I wish I was going to be there. Well, what I found out was the musical Six. Have you seen Six?
Yes.
Was written for the Edinburgh Fringe. It was premiered at the Edinburgh Fringe. That's where it comes from.
Oh my
which,
God.
If you think about it, makes so much sense. But then you start to think about the absolute genius of people. We talk about, you know, stand-ups just writing and for the most part standing there, and you think, God, someone wrote, you know, for the same kind of festival we do, wrote Six, which is so like...
And they needed like clothes and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. They did. I mean, that was, yeah. I mean, I wasn't the clothes as much as the songs and the historical references and the singing talent. But they also, the people that wrote Six, they wore clothes.
They wore clothes.
And then they put clothes on the characters.
Yeah, that is what is amazing to me. How anyone gets dressed.
I mean, fair. I would like to assure our listeners, however, if you do go and see Nebulous's show, she will be dressed.
Always in the same thing.
Always in the same thing, but dressed nonetheless.
I try.
Yes.
Sacrifices I make.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, my Nebulous Niang t-shirt that I wear features so heavily in my day-to-day wardrobe. You would not believe it. I probably wear it as soon as it comes out of the laundry in some capacity. One of my first ever dates with my boyfriend was we'd been for a run, and then he brought food over to my house, and I was in my Nebulous Niang t-shirt. We don't even know. It was like our 3rd date or something.
Oh, and did he ask about it?
He must have done, I think. Of course, now he would not have to ask. Now I'm surprised he doesn't have a Nebulous Niang t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a Christmas present.
Oh, let's get him
a big one.
Let's get him a Nebulous Niang t-shirt. I would love that. A man size. What do we call, like a boyish man size? Well, no, I mean he's very tall.
We can do
that.
He's
very, very tall.
You know, that's going to be his Christmas present.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, matching, and for your daughter too.
Oh, okay. All of us with matching Nebulous Niang t-shirt. I'm going to wear my Nebulous Niang t-shirt next time we do the
You should.
Next time we do the podcast. But it's always in the wash because I wear it so. I literally wear it all the time.
I am so happy to hear that.
Like, honestly.
And you wore it when you opened for me.
I did wear it. I will always wear it when I open for you. But, I wear it just in day-to-day life all the time. Anyway, we are pretty much at time on that. Guys, this has been the Comedy and Custody podcast. I've been Sasha Frank.
I've been Nebulous Niang.
Have a great one. Bye.
See ya.